So, it's me, your little boy, K. Samson. I have something to give us choosing ones today. How to know that you are indeed spiritually and naturally gifted. You know what I'm saying? So, the number 3 of it will shock you. That is why you should not scroll this video by any means, so that you will be able to know whom you are as he choosing. You know what I'm saying? So the 3 of it will shock you choosings. You know what I'm saying? So one of it is that you have a mark, a double cross in your palm. Whenever you look at your palm, you know that you have 3 signs like this. But you got to understand that 3 sign, you have the last one that is being what? Like double cross. It double crossed. You have a cross in your palm, and that indicates that you are naturally gifted as a person, that you have a naturally gift that is beyond other people gift. You know what I'm saying? So whenever you look at your palm, maybe things may be going strong, maybe things may be difficult around you, things may not be going the way you expect it, things may not be working accurately the way you want it or the way you thought it would be. But you got to understand that there is always something about you that anytime you look at your palm, or anytime that something good is about to arrive, or anytime that something good is about to come into your life, or you are about to receive a money gift, your hand will start to crush you. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand that anytime good things is about to come, either within that day or a day after, your hand will start to crush you. Whether it's a cold season or a hot season, your hand will just be crushing you. That simply means that you are naturally gifted. You know what I'm saying? And another thing is that sometimes you start to see a lot of birds either in front of your door or in your window, or maybe you are just walking around, you meet a feather of birds, ego, etc. That is to tell you that your spiritual awareness, they are now trying to ask you, whenever you meet, and maybe you are just walking, you meet a feather, or you are just walking, a feather of a bird fell on your head, you need to take it and prophesy to yourself whatsoever you want. You can easily prophesy, as this bird fly above the ground, so shall you fly above your enemy. As the bird never walk or eat, so shall good things come to you, whether you walk or not. You prophesy through that, and you drop it in the same spot. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you will see bear all over your house. Some people do used to say, anytime you see bear in your house, some people used to. No. All those things are signs of those who are gifted. Think about it. If you look at the life of, is it not Elisha or Elijah? When God was about to provide a food for him, when Jezebel was pursuing him, seeking to kill him, that was Elijah, if I'm not mistaken. The Bible God used a bird to favor Elisha. Bear will carry bread, water, food to give Elisha in the forest. That is nature. You know what I'm saying? So whenever you encounter this, just know that you are naturally gifted. You are naturally blessed. That is why if you look at the olden days, you can't understand that our forefathers, there is something that they always do, that they won't tell you the meaning. Many of them, anytime they are about to bless a kid that is being born, many of them who are either 80 years, 70 years, they will take the bear, the feather of a bear, they will start to use it to double cross to your head, use it to bless you. Some of them will even use it to bath you. I can recall there was an old woman in my house, in our environment those years. So anytime this old woman come to our house, he always used this feather of a bird to touch us those days. She would just use it to bath us. Maybe my mom travels, she will use it to do some certain, to take us. Anytime we go, she will just be using it to play with us. That is nature. And sometimes you will come, mostly in my grandmother's house. Because my grandmother was so rich. So anytime you enter my grandmother's house, the first thing you will always see at top of his house or on top of window or door is the feather of what? Of dog, the feather of what? Of bear, either bear, eagle, or sometimes you can see some certain things that is what? That is naturally. You understand me? So God keep all those things in order for you to know that you are naturally what? Gifted as a what? As a choosing. You get what I'm saying? So another thing you will see as a choosing is that you have this encounter. So another sign you will see that you are spiritually and naturally gifted is when you are born with dreadlock. You know, some people do used to say that you are a Christian, you don't need to have dreadlock, you are this, you are that. Sometimes I do used to laugh. You know, that is what my parents did, the highest mistake that they did when I was a kid. I was born with dreadlock, me and my twin sister. So they end up cutting it without knowing the benefit of dreadlock. That is why I decide to train my own. Sometimes some people will say, why do you do this? Why do you do that? They don't know the spiritual meaning of dreadlock. Many people don't know it. Some pastor will even advise you to do it, to cut it. You know, there was an old woman that I encountered those days when I was a kid. So this woman was telling me, do you know that when you were born, you have a lot of dreadlock in your head, but when your mom and your dad were about to cut it, and even my mom and my dad tell me the thing, they buy some certain gift, they buy fowl, they buy all sorts of things before they were able to cut it, to please what? My spiritual angels before they cut it. That is why if you go to Africa, some places, before they cut your hair, they must surely give you some certain gift so that they will not provoke your spiritual guiding angel. But the truth is that it's a nature. That is why you hear that the strongest man in the world entirely, both in the ancient, is called Samson. That man that was with the full of dreadlock. You know, I tell myself, if I am fortunate to have a child that have dreadlock, I will maintain it. Even till he grow up and made up his mind, I will never touch that head dread. You know what I'm saying? I will never touch it because some people don't know the benefit of it and they accuse it. Some people will tell you, you are a Christian, you don't need to do this, but they don't know the spiritual benefit of it. When you are born with dreadlock, you as a parent, you as a father, don't make mistake of cutting it, because you may end up blocking the door of greatness without you being aware of it. Because listen, the day they cut the dreadlock of Samson, that day they lock his greatness. That day he end up as a man. He end up all his dream and purposes. So everything on earth, God give you for a reason. Some people will say, you are a dreadlock, and that is evil, that is prohibited in Christianity, what kingdom. Anything that God give to you is truly acceptable. So if you are up there and you have dreadlock and you don't feel like cutting it, don't cut it. Don't listen to what people are saying. Don't listen to what people are talking. Just be yourself. As long as God is not angry with you for being whom you are, just be yourself. Because you don't know because the truth is that no man, no woman up there will be able to kill you. This is one of the greatest of all spiritual gift. If you are a dreadlock, whether they cut it, they don't cut it, no man will be able to lay his or her hand on you that will succeed. That is one of the greatest. Even if you are sick, that sickness can never kill you. Even if you are not okay, that difficulties will never kill you. Because it's a spiritually empowerment that God have empowered you through your hair, that no man will be able to kill you as long as you live. And the truth is, and another thing is that anywhere you go, you succeed. Where they reject others, you will always be accepted. You know what I'm saying? So be aware of this, and may the Lord bless you and totally do remain blessed.